this is Power Ranger. This is Power Rangers. I guess on WatchMojo. I haven't seen this. Like I used to like bump this channel like all the time, like cleaning up or doing the dishes, cleaning up, or I just listen to like I was like mowing the yard or whatever. And yeah, they're not bad. Just like go ahead and like, but today we're gonna check out. Talk about the top 20 Red Rangers, so let's do it.
I'm starting to wonder whether you show up at all.
You didn't think I was gonna let you do this without the original Red Ranger, did you?
Welcome to WatchMojo,
Oh, yeah.
and today we're counting down our picks for the most legendary heroes to ever don the red spandex in the Power Rangers franchise.
We are Power Rangers, Eric. And friends or not, we're the only hope this city has right now.
Number 20, Brody Romero, Power Rangers Ninja Steel and Power Rangers Super Ninja Steel.
I have a surprise for you. How did you know I was here? That's for me to know, and you to never find out.
Apparently, Romeros have a thing for saving the day. Brody's dad protected the Red Ninja Star way back when, and now that he's missing in action, it's Brody's turn to do the same. Like father, like son, right? Brody's definitely got the right moves for it. While he looks like an average high schooler, he actually spent most of his life imprisoned on a spaceship by the evil Galvanax. Because of that, Brody's fight to protect the Ninja Nexus isn't just business, it's personal. He may need some help learning the modern lingo, but Brody is still the definition of a Ninja Ranger who fears.
You know, it does make me think of, it does like he was abducted. It does make me think of like Star-Lord in some cases. So yeah, yeah, because he was abducted too. So yeah, like in a lot of cases you could think. I think that's the similarity between him and the old Star-Lord.
Fears no danger.
Don't worry, guys. I'll take him out. Ninja Star, Wire Strike. You'll pay for that.
Number 19, Aurico, Mighty Morphin Alien Rangers.
Hideous evil creature! You will not get away with this! On the sacred words of Akatar, I promise you, you will not!
The Red Akatar Ranger was a hero like nothing the series had seen before, and not just because he was an alien. For one, he and his teammates were only called into action because the Mighty Morphin crew got de-aged into kids with attitude. Secondly, Aurico is one of the only Red Rangers to not lead his team, but that doesn't mean he was left on babysitting duty. Using his out-of-this-world brains and the uber-cool Red Battleborg, Aurico more than earned his keep on the front lines. If he and his team's many appearances throughout the series are any indication, Aurico's presence is always worth the trip to Akatar.
Rangers of Akatar, full power! Power of water! Power of light! Powers unite!
Number 18, Rocky DeSantos, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Rocky, with your strength and knowledge, you will command the power of the Red Dragon Thunder Sword.
There's no easy way to replace a Ranger, especially for a color as pivotal as red. But if anyone could do it, it was Rocky. Before he even knew he was up for the job, Rocky's steadfast courage showed he had the true heart of a Ranger. Obviously, he knew how to put the Tyrannosaurus power coin to good use. But the best part is that he did it in his own way. Instead of copying Jason...
That's actually a really good point, because like, I often hear this, you know, I would often hear like people say, "Oh, Jason's the better than Rocky." It was like, yeah, he did, but Rocky just did it his own way, and it's just like, yeah, and that I think this will make him a good. I think this will made him an excellent Ranger, and it's like just like with TJ when he replaced Tommy, yeah, those two have like big shoes to fill. So you know, you're gonna end up having a lot. You're gonna have like big boots to fill. And you gotta do it your own way. You can't always do like how it's been done already. So it's like, you know, it's like respect the past, embrace the future, stuff like that. I think that's a really good way to put like Rocky as a character.
Rocky's spirited resolve made him a worthy Red Ranger on his own merits. While he's dabbled with a few other colors over the years, there's a good reason Rocky spent the longest time in red.
You picked the wrong day to mess with me, Laceface.
Spooky face!
Can't you see him concentrating here?
Attention, Texas residents.
Aw, snap.
Insurance companies are using the cosmetic damage excuse to deny.
Cosmetics!
It's morphin' time!
Red Ranger power!
Number 17, Jaden Shiba, Power Ranger Samurai and Power Ranger Super Samurai.
My team, the whole world is depending on me. I can do this. I must
do this! As a member of the Shiba clan, Jaden devoted his whole life to leading the Samurai Rangers, so you'd think he'd have a bit more confidence in the role. It's not a matter of skill. You really don't want to be on the wrong side of Jaden's Fire Smasher. Instead, the issue is Jaden's overbearing...
Very, like, you know, like anime-sized sword. It ain't no Dragon Slayer, and it ain't no freaking Buster Sword, but it gets the job done.
responsibility to seal away the evil Master Xandrid, even if he has to do it himself. In a moment of self-reflection, he actually abandons the team altogether, but like any good ranger, he comes back better than ever. It's only after overcoming his personal struggles that Jaden takes his rightful place as a Red Ranger to remember.
Go on. I need a minute, but I promise I'll meet you there.
Number 16, Mackenzie Mac Hartford, Power Rangers Operation Overdrive.
Surprise! Sorry I'm late.
There's a lot more to Mac Hartford than meets the eye. He loves adventure novels, his dad's a billionaire, and, oh yeah, he's actually been an artificial android his entire life. Despite that glaring setback, Max still puts on the red uniform with pleasure. Let's just say that, for a robot, he easily has the biggest heart of the team. In fact, Max the one who keeps the Overdrive Ranger together on more than a few occasions. His never-ending love of adventure is incredibly endearing, but even beyond that, Max stands out on principle alone. After all, it's hard to forget a Red Ranger who's also a fully automated robot.
You were amazing, Mac. Thanks for showing up. Yeah, I had to get my head on straight.
Literally.
More true than I'd like to admit.
Number 15, Casey Rhodes, Power Rangers Jungle Fury.
Jungle Beast!
His entire, I love Casey because his entire arc in like, throughout Jungle Fury is just like, yeah. And like, Jungle Fury as a whole is literally just like, it's like the spirit of martial arts and just like, yeah. And then what it means to be a good martial artist and just the overall like cool person. And I think this is a really cool thing with Jungle Fury.
With the strength of a tiger, this lowly towel boy turned into one of the most empowering Red Rangers yet, but it wasn't supposed to be that way. See, Casey wasn't originally selected to be a ranger. Actually, he wasn't even in the running. Because of his last-minute recruitment, Casey constantly doubts whether he deserves to be on the team, but rest assured, he makes the Pai Joie Masters proud. In one of the series' coolest moments, Casey disobeys direct orders to save a former enemy's life. By doing so, Casey finally earns his stripes as a ranger. Literally. He may not have always thought so, but no one was better suited for the spirit of the tiger.
Spirit of the tiger!
Number 14, Connor McKnight, Power Rangers Dino Thunder.
Didn't expect to see you here. Why not? We're partners in crime fighting, right? Are we?
There's been dino-themed Power Rangers before. Heck, they've even been based on Tyrannosaurus Rexes too. Despite that, there's never been a ranger quite like Connor McKnight. He takes the word passionate to a whole new level. While the spirit is usually targeted towards his love of soccer, Connor doesn't take his job for granted. Quite the opposite, actually. His willingness to give up his own dreams for the sake of others is just the kind of trait you want in a Red Ranger. Thankfully, Connor's sacrifices are well rewarded with some incredibly sick Triassic upgrades, and even the respect of Tommy Oliver himself. Evidently, when Connor shoots, he scores.
You're in deep trouble now. Bring it! Don't say I didn't warn you. Shield of Triumph, activate!
Number 13, Lauren Shiba,
Meaty
Power Rangers
combos.
Super Samurai.
You all need to follow Lauren now. She's the new Red Ranger and your leader.
Jaden, step aside. There's a Samurai Ranger in town, and she's one for the history books. After over 15 years of more phenomenal action, Lauren marks the very first female Red Ranger to fight on the side of good. She's
one of the most fiercest Red Rangers out there, and just the overall beast. Yeah, and I know Samurai gets a bad rap, and then I have this. I know Samurai gets a bad rap for like what it is, but there were some really cool moments in there there, and like Lauren was no exception. It's like, because I can remember when I saw this when it came out, I was like, oh, when I saw those particular episodes that featured Lauren, it's like, wait, what? I never expected that. So yeah, I thought that was kind of cool. I thought this was kind of cool, and just Lauren is like a cool character too. So like, yeah, I definitely agree with this.
way more than a pretty face, though. In a truly staggering moment, she almost sealed Master Xandrid away all by herself.
Samurai symbol power. Seal.
That's what you get when you challenge the rightful head of the Shiba clan. Even though Lauren only led the Samurai Rangers for a handful of episodes, her tenor left quite the impression. After all, it's a big compliment when the only bad thing to say about Lauren is that we didn't get enough of her. Number 12, Shane Clark, Power Rangers Ninja Storm.
Ninja Storm!
Ranger.
Ranger form! Power there!
When the rest of the Ninja Academy gets taken out, the slacker Shane isn't just the best candidate left, he's one of the last ones left. Ironically though, Shane's time as a B-tier student made him a top-rate ranger. He was a natural-born leader in a way that you can't teach in a classroom. If anything, everyone's doubts only pushed Shane to work even harder. The path of the leader isn't easy though. Shane faced a lot of pushback along the way, from both hot-headed teammates and his own inferiority complex, but he always pushed through and came out stronger.
Ultra laser! Fire! Whoa!
It's poetic that Shane ends the series as an instructor at the same academy that once doubted him. Number 11, Tyler Navarro, Power Rangers
yeah.
Dino Charge and Power Rangers Dino Supercharge.
Unleash the power!
It was actually my nephew's favorite Red Ranger. Yeah, it's my nephew's favorite Red Ranger. But then it's like, then one of my favorite Super Sentai is Kyoryuja. So like, I enjoyed this so much. I really did enjoy like Dino Charge so much. It's a lot of fun.
While searching for his missing father, Tyler stumbles upon the greatest journey of his life.
The
he bonds
Energems.
with the Red Energem and becomes the Red Dino Charge Ranger. Tyler's an energetic teen who believes that life is one big adventure, and he's here to have some fun.
You took a selfie?
I don't understand how you survived the heat.
Despite his childlike personality, Tyler is quick to go into serious mode when facing Sledge or Heckle's minions, and if they get in his way, things are about to get wild.
What did you do to him? Tell me!
Even when the situation looks hopeless, Tyler refuses to give in. He'll keep searching for his dad until he finds him, and he'll never stop battling evil monsters until they're extinct.
How about it? Better 10 years late than never.
I mean, it's not every day you get to have like father and son Ranger team, because like, yeah, that was a pretty cool. That is always pretty cool too. And like, this is happening in Kyoryuja also, so you don't know how that's adapted. So it's like, yeah, and then like how the energy keeps you from aging. It's like, yeah, this is just awesome.
Right?
Awesome. Let's do it.
Number 10, Scott Truman, Power Rangers RPM.
RPM! Get in gear!
Actions speak.
If y'all didn't get to see it, there is him and an actor played Go On Red, and they for Power Morphicon last weekend, and they had done the morph together. And I'll have to look that up and show it. Hold on.
Louder than words, and Ranger Red proves it.
When it comes to talking, less is more.
Scott is the son of a military officer, a pilot in Corrin's Air Division, and the leader of the RPM Rangers. He's stubborn, headstrong, and has trouble trusting new additions to the team, earning him a little rivalry with the new Black Ranger.
What can I say? I like to live dangerously. Explains your hair.
However, he looks out for his team as they work together to drive back Venjix's forces. Living in the shadow of his late brother, Scott wants to earn his father's respect, which is no easy task.
This was reckless and dangerous. If Marcus were here.
If Marcus were here.
He's on X. The Ty West film about Pearl. And yeah. So.
Which is no easy task.
This was reckless and dangerous. If Marcus were here.
If Marcus were here. He would have done it himself.
Well, he certainly earned our respect, making his return to aid the Samurai Rangers all the more welcome.
Now that's how it's done in this century.
Number 9, Cole Evans, Power Rangers Wild Force. Raised in the wild, Cole Evans is chosen by the Red Lion Wildzord to become the leader of the Wild Forest Rangers. Though he has
Yeah, the final fight between him and Master Org is just wild. Well, pun absolutely intended. It's just really good. And like, I gotta rewatch Wild Force at some point. I gotta sit down and do that because it's absolutely it's a trip. Really, it is.
Trouble adjusting to this new world and his new teammates, he's determined to protect the Earth from the Orgs. He tries to look for the best in everyone, but he won't bow down to evil easily.
Impressive, isn't it?
It's not impressive. It's pathetic. You're nothing but a coward.
Cole tirelessly searches for his missing parents, but what he finds is rather grim.
I love you, Mom.
However, this new development only fuels Cole's heroic passion even more. Plus, who else can brag about working with 9 more Red Rangers?
That part.
Let's take him down.
One of my absolute favorite episodes of Power Rangers of all time. It's just so. I mean, it's really quick, but man, is it a fun episode? Action packed and just loads of fun.
Cole's courage and ferocity in the face of new and old villains made him worthy of wearing the Red Lion jacket. Number 8, Jack Landers, Power Rangers SPD. Originally a Robin Hood-like street thief who can phase through solid objects, Jack is chosen to become the SPD Red Ranger, much to Blue Ranger Sky's disappointment.
You gotta be kidding me. He's the Red Ranger?
Though he doesn't take the position seriously at first, he soon fully adjusts to the role as a team leader. He and Sky occasionally butt heads, Sky's desire to be the Red Ranger helping to fuel the fire, but as the series progresses, they learn to respect one another and act like actual teammates.
If I take my flyer and hit the core, maybe I can destroy it.
And yourself? No way.
I'm sorry, man. The way I see it, that's the only way.
Though the Ranger gear is awesome, Jack pines for a life outside SPD, where he can help people on a smaller scale.
You have an obligation to me as one of my Rangers.
I have done everything you've asked of me and more.
He quits in the season finale, but his position is filled nicely.
Your father will be very proud of you.
Number 7, Leo Corbett, Power Rangers Lost Galaxy.
Go! Galactic!
Originally a stowaway on the space colony Terra Venture, Leo Corbett is given the red Quasar saber by his brother, who really pulled the saber but then fell to his supposed death. Thus, Leo is granted the powers of the Red Galaxy Ranger. Leo can be stubborn and quick-tempered, which fits with his flaming element. Despite this, he has a brave heart, and with his Ranger team by his side, he can reach his full potential.
Mike, you pulled the Quasar saber from the stone. You were chosen to be the Red Ranger, not me.
And honestly, one of the best season finales, final fights out there, where he has like his battleizer, he's got Chikina at point blank, just shoot her. Not only destroying her, but damaging himself in the process. It's the wildest thing. It's one of the cool that then him getting back up with the broken helmet. It's like it's just really well done.
Maybe. But you've earned it. I've seen you fight.
Leo does have doubts about whether or not he's worthy of powers, but he proves his value dozens of times. We'd say being able to destroy Trakina single-handedly and save an entire space colony definitely earns him a spot on this list.
And yeah.
Number 6, Theodore J. TJ Jarvis Johnson, Power Rangers Turbo.
Yes. I absolutely agree with this too. I absolutely agree with him being a great Ranger because, like I said about Rocky, he had just like what Rocky had shoes to fill with Jason. TJ did the same, had the big shoes to fill with Tommy, and he's more than proving it as the red Turbo Ranger and the Blue Space Ranger. So I think he's a really good Ranger.
In the middle of this car-themed season, most of the veteran Rangers passed down their colors to a new squad. The new team obviously needed a new leader too, and his name was TJ. The fact that TJ got to head a brand new lineup made the transition feel seamless, although it didn't hurt that TJ was also handpicked by his predecessor Tommy Oliver.
I wouldn't be standing here today, TJ, if it weren't for your courage and strength. I choose you to lead the team as a new Red Ranger.
That was for a good reason too. When Divatox attacked the power chamber, TJ didn't even hesitate before leaping into action. He didn't have a particularly easy ride as the Red Ranger. But
That
even so,
part.
we wouldn't want to shift into turbo with anyone else.
Yeah? Well, the bigger they are, the harder they fall. Ready? Shift into turbo!
Number 5, Wesley Wes Collins, Power Rangers Time Force.
Type 4! Type
I'm kind of salty because he had made an appearance at the comic book store more in my area. I didn't get it, like, he was there. Just like how JDF was there too at the time, and I didn't get an opportunity to meet him, and that really sucks. But no, there's more chances to meet him, and hopefully in the future, that'd be really cool.
When Ranzik kills the original Red Time Force Ranger, Jen and her team travel back in time to find someone genetically similar to unlock the Chronomorpher.
You look like you just seen a...
What they find is Wes Collins, the son of a wealthy businessman. Though he has a rocky start, especially with Jen, he soon becomes a welcome addition to the team, helping the Rangers adjust to the 21st century and helping Jen come out of her cold shell. Despite his rich heritage, Wes wants to make a future for himself.
Yes, because one of the thematic themes of Power Rangers Time Force was dealing with like the stage of grief when you have like a death in your family or stuff like that. And I thought that was really cool, and I think that's why Time Force is a very beloved season of Power Rangers, because it has those really kind of deeper thematic stuff that that you know this like other seasons of Power Rangers have like deep thematic stuff. Not every, I mean, yeah, sure, in Power Rangers, like one of the main themes is teamwork, but they have a lot more. They have a lot more than just that. So they give credit where credit is due when it comes to Power Rangers. This is not it's just being like being a fan. It's just me like looking at it that way, because since for years a lot of people associate Power Rangers with Morphin Power Rangers. They're always like, oh, but that's always the conversation you have, and like and then you can also say like the same thing about, because that for me and like for other people, like you could add on, say like Power Rangers Samurai was another season that everybody really enjoyed. So you could say stuff like that, I mean, there's a whole lot more, man, like to Power Rangers than like people like. It's not shallow per se, but it's got something going on. I phrased that wrong. It's not like, it isn't like shallow, but it has like more going on, and I think that's something that's kept me watching for all these years of like my life, and something I really appreciate about Power Rangers. So it's just like, I can't be, I don't know, I just gravitate towards a lot of the positive messages of it, and it's just, yeah.
Where he can help people regardless of what others say, even his own father.
I have the perfect future planned out for you.
Future, not mine.
Wes is currently protecting the Silver Hills as a leader of the Silver Guardians, alongside his partner, Eric Myers, the Quantum Ranger.
Stay out of my way, Wes. I can handle the Quantosaurus Rex.
Can't.
Just watch.
Number 4, Carter Grayson, Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue.
Lightspeed Rescue!
When he was a child, Carter was rescued from a burning building, and since then, he's become one of Mariner Bay's best firefighters. His skills catch the eye of Captain Mitchell, who recruits him to lead as the Red Lightspeed Rangers. Fans have described Carter as a badass. That's an appropriate nickname.
Yeah.
I'll blast him.
Not today!
And again, he, just like Leo, destroyed a monster at point blank range. He was willing to go that far. So yeah, it's just really cool. Again, more amazing stuff from Power Rangers.
He's quick to draw his firearms, he'll attack evil head-on, and he'd rather die than surrender to the demons. At first, Carter can be a little impulsive with his decision-making, but a little guidance from Mitchell helps steer him in the right direction to become a great leader.
Those people are in trouble. They need my help.
No! Put out the fire first.
This should serve as a warning to all demons. Don't mess with Carter Grayson. Number 3, Andros, Power Rangers in Space. There is life on other planets, and its name is Andros, a human teen from the planet KO-35. Though hesitant about working with a squad at first, he teams up with the Turbo Rangers to become the new Space Rangers.
And something I learned, like if you watch the video from Connor the Waffle, who does like really awesome Power Rangers content, definitely check him out. Is that, well, I didn't catch on to this, although yeah, you see Denji Sentai Mega Ranger, that's like clearly where they got their roots from, but they don't use a ton of Mega Ranger footage, and yeah, it's pretty dope. And again, like I know that Space is probably one of the most beloved seasons of Power Rangers, and it's just like all the good stuff. So yeah, I thought this was pretty cool.
Together, they hope to find the missing Zordon and protect their Earth from the evil Astronema, who turns out to be Andromed's long-lost sister, Corona.
Also, Christopher Cameron Lee is here on Twitch. He has his Twitch channel, and he does plays all kinds of games and stuff like that. So definitely, Chris Cameron Lee, you can check him out on here on Twitch. So it's like that's pretty dope.
Awkward.
Where did you get this?
I've always had it.
One notable thing about Andros is that he's the first Red Ranger to utilize the traditional Battleizer armor. Andros knows the risks that come with being a Power Ranger, and still goes out of his way to save the universe, even if it means making the ultimate sacrifice. Number 2, Tommy Oliver, Power Ranger Zeo.
You're in 5, red!
Are you that surprised? The original green/white Ranger, and arguably the greatest Ranger of all time, he had to become red eventually.
He's a legend.
Using the powers of the Zeo Crystal, Tommy is chosen to become Zeo Ranger 5, Red. Tommy faces all kinds of obstacles and heartache in his new role, but, like any great leader, he's able to overcome the adversity and come out on top in the Rage Against the Machine empire.
And honestly, it's really interesting because like with him as Red Zeo Ranger, it showed him as he's not perfect as he was as like the Green and White Ranger. Like, you know, more of his flaws were showing, like, you know, and him getting like brainwashed by like Prince Gasket and Archerina, and it's just like stuff like that, and you know, and him with his brother, and you know, all kinds of stuff. It's just it's wild, man. It truly is. This is probably like, you know, and I just thought that was a really cool. I think there's a really cool iteration of really cool kind of character progression of Tommy being able to like show his flaws, that it's okay like to not be perfect and stuff like that. This version of Tommy is like, you know, and I think this, and then though Tommy has like all of his strengths and stuff like that, it's like, you know, he not like he struggled like with the Red Battlezord. He's like, yeah, he's just worried about his brother. Very, very understandable. And then, you know, him getting captured, like him like just kind of messing up at times. It's just, yeah, I definitely agree with Tommy being like a great Red Ranger though.
Let's see what this new Zord can really do.
Tommy later becomes the Red Turbo Ranger for the first half of the next season, before passing the torch to TJ and leaving for college. Unfortunately, Tommy actor Jason David Frank passed in 2022, and he's been terribly missed ever since.
Wow. So that was Tommy.
He really is the greatest Ranger.
Before we continue,
Nah.
be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1, Jason Lee Scott, Mighty Morphin Power Ranger.
Whoa. He's not in that episode. That's Rocky. Yeah, that's Rocky. What are you doing? He's not in that episode. This is long past since Austin that left the show.
Taking the number 1 spot is the OG Red Ranger. With Rita Repulsa's evil on the rise, Jason was the perfect pick to lead the first team of Rangers.
Isn't the smallest chance of victory enough of a reason for us to keep on fighting?
He's dedicated to the title, never backing down no matter how tough the battle is. He cares deeply for his teammates like an older brother, and makes himself personally responsible for their safety, for better or worse.
It's more than that.
What?
It's my fault he lost his powers in the first place. If I'd gotten the green candle, he'd still be one of us.
Plus, He's the first one to ever best the great Tommy in one-on-one combat. When Jason leaves to attend a peace conference in Season 2, he passes the Red Ranger torch to Rocky DeSantos, but he makes a golden homecoming in Zio.
Personally, I always thought you looked better in red.
Which Red Ranger had the coolest upgrades?
And honestly, okay, so like I've said this I think multiple times throughout my channel's history, and you know that Jason's was the Red Ranger. He's probably Jason's the Red Ranger. One of my favorite episodes of Power. One of my other favorite episodes of Power, other than Forever Red, like you're seeing on the screen now, is Missing Green, and it's like he's dealing with the guilt. And he's dealing with the guild. Lord Zed tried to exploit that to make Jason mad and stuff like that. And it's just like he goes on, becomes like a one ranger army of like butt kicking machine. I mean, takes out a bunch of putties, takes out the pipe brain monster, then takes out Goldar, and then like the big weight off his shoulders, like to get the letter from Tommy saying that yes, everything's gonna be just fine. I like it's not your fault. You like you did what you had to do. And everyone around him is telling him, yeah, the same thing. It's like, yeah, you did the right thing. You did what you thought was right. And sometimes stuff that can't be helped. But it's just there's I think one of the best episodes that has shows like type of character growth like Jason has, and it's just like character growth in Power Rangers. And I always thought that was really special.
Defend your choice in the comments below.
All right, guys, let's do it.
Yeah.
If you enjoy this video, check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.
All right, man, that was excellent.